tech news, but did you hear about the guy who fucking choked out a mountain lion that attacked him? I know, but this feeling was just so
awesome.
weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. There it is. Quite nerdy channel. All right, Serdar.
Boom.
Introduce yourself.
I am Serdar.
Well played.
Buddies, tech buddies.
Okay, here's something interesting that just popped up. Welcome to Not Quite Nerdy, where we do the nerdy stuff so you don't have to. This is Tech Talk, Tech Chat,
Tech Hangout.
Tech Talk. You know, I think I'm gonna do for the intro.
You need a cool name.
No, I think Tech Talk is cool because what
Everyone
I
has
want.
a name Tech Talk.
No, but this is what I want to do. I want my intro to be. Remember Saturday Night Live?
Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Linda Richmond.
I want to take that audio clip and video clip and then insert your name and my name somehow and Not Quite Nerdy just really abruptly into it. So that,
very obviously.
Yeah, like super poorly on purpose. So Tech Talk, or whatever we end up calling it, is going to be a segment where hopefully once a week we get together and talk about the most random shit, probably drink coffee, and just kind of get you, your tech news.
So by the way, talk about this coffee. This is pretty badass.
This is a new brand of coffee I just bought that I've never had before. Somebody's crazy wicked coffee or something. Maybe I'll take a picture of it, put it in here. This is essentially bulletproof coffee, where I'm putting MCT oil, grass-fed butter. I like it creamier, so put a little bit of heavy cream, organic, and all that healthy stuff because I'm trying to not be as fat and nerdy as I normally am. And yeah, that's it. So always a medium roast. I'm not into the dark, burned ass taste. Okay, so have you been watching any YouTube videos or anything lately, or?
I am always on YouTube.
I know. I'm okay, yeah, I bet. Did you hear? This isn't tech news, but did you hear about the guy who choked out a mountain lion that attacked him?
I heard something about that, but I didn't read anything about it.
This dude, no joke, gets mauled. It dives at him, attacks him, and I shit you not, it bites his face. And then he gets it off of him, and when it comes back around for the second bite or whatever, he jumps on its back, gets behind it, chokes it out, and kills it.
Oh wow.
That's fucking gangster.
Dude, that's insane. No, it's dope though, because I don't do the subscription anymore, but I'll get emails all the time, and I'll be like, hey, check this out, I got this one, this theme, whatever,
Yeah.
So I saw one that was like Treasures, I think it was called. I just got it a couple days ago. There was that in there. There was a cool Tomb Raider shirt. There was a Diablo 3 color changing mug, heat changing mug.
Oh, cool. As the temperature drops, it changes?
Yeah, or I think if it heats up. I don't know. I didn't try it yet.
I'm assuming.
It looks pretty cool. It's all black.
It's like a mood ring.
Yeah.
For your
There was a Dark Souls like card wallet. I was pretty stoked about that.
So I got a weird one for you. For the last 2 weeks, thank you for Windows. For the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been having this weird issue where nothing streams on my computer. Nothing. Full internet connection, gigabit speeds, hundreds and hundreds of megabits per second download. Speed test works. I can search things and go on Facebook. I can search the entire internet, and it works. But if I click on a video on YouTube, it loads up and plays for 2 seconds and stops, just freezes.
What the hell?
So I spent 4 hours one day.
What about like Netflix or whatever?
None of it. Netflix, anything that is a video streaming service, like pauses itself, but it doesn't have the play, like the play pause or whatever in the bottom.
Yeah.
Like that shit just says pause, like it's playing.
Right.
So it freezes and doesn't play. So, I can't figure out 4 hours one day, get frustrated, quit. Next weekend, 2.5 hours. Next weekend, 3.5 hours. Finally, I'm at my wit's end. I can't figure out what it could possibly be, and I turn off my Bluetooth wireless headphones that are Bluetooth to the computer as the audio. Okay. Everything starts playing.
Oh wow. Dude, the dumbest little things.
I don't understand when, so the Windows 10 update in October, ruined everyone's computers.
Like 6 months.
Yeah, ruined everyone's computers. The one before that in April what did it do? It added 20 extra gigs of storage, just wiped out of everyone's hard drive on the entire internet. It used to be like 6 or 8. Now it's like
that
30.
happened to me,
30.
thankfully.
When that one happened, I have a Dell at work, my work computer. I came in, busy as hell day. Like, I'm just screwed. There's so much work to do. I'm gonna be there for 10 hours, whatever. Come in the morning, my monitor keeps going on, off, and the speaker doodle-a-ding, 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 just like in intervals of like 1.5 seconds, just nonstop. So every time it disconnects, you're moving the mouse to try and restart or shut down or whatever. And all I want to do is get into safe mode. And long story short, it turns out that with that update, there was a driver issue for display drivers with them, Windows itself's drivers connecting with installed Intel graphic drivers on pretty much every computer Dell made at the time. So I had spent like 4 hours that day, but I had to literally go, okay, move the mouse a little bit. Okay, wait for it to turn off, back on. Move the mouse a little bit, wait, turn off, back on. And it's like a 15-minute process. And I finally get it restarted multiple times and this inching the, thing over.
Yeah.
Long story short, I ended up having to back the computer back up to like a 4-day-ago update.
Yeah.
Was the only one I get to work. And then I had to update in this specific order. Intel drivers? No, I'm sorry. Dell firmware drivers, Dell BIOS drivers, then the Intel graphics drivers, and then Windows update.
Oh, jeez.
5 hours I lost that day. Like people were just calling, and I'm like, can't talk, click, just hanging up on everybody that called. It was the worst thing ever.
Well, I think getting more in the series out it'll retro.
Yeah, I think it'll actually be something similar to what happens with
if someone buys
YouTube.
like first one, they'll be like, oh shit, there's another one. Okay, and then they get another one. Oh, there's a series. Let me get these.
And I think it sounds more legit when you tell people, oh yeah, I've got a whole series of 3 books out. What? You got what? I've never heard of it.
Plus it looks better when it's like displayed somewhere. Like for example, I'm reworking my website. Like I told you, I'm reworking my book covers. So when I rework it on the website too, it'll show like the books, like like a good like 3D model or something.
Yeah. Here's a fun one that just popped up into my Instagram.
Dark mode.
Dark mode coming to iOS. This is something that is on the computer where it almost literally doesn't matter already.
It's on here already?
Yeah, it's on there already.
So I don't use Mac, I use Windows. So I don't know anything about this.
It doesn't really matter. But here's the interesting thing. So we have an OLED screen on the new iPhone 10, 2 years old almost now, right?
Yeah.
It has an OLED screen which has, let's see if we can demo it. Oh, I don't want to give away. It's just you, no way to go. Where it actually will smart invert. So I do a triple click right here. And what it does is it smart inverts all the colors.
Cool. Yeah.
And what's cool about it is it does actually, as far as I know, turn off all the black pixels. So it's essentially a dark mode. The issue is it changes all the colors, which in messaging is cool as hell. Super cool. But what it does, and this is what every other version before it and all the other companies couldn't do, is if you say, go into my Instagram, it doesn't invert the photos, which is
that's awesome.
epic.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Hello. But yeah, so it won't actually smart invert. It won't smart invert the pictures, but everything else stays black. So,
so there was a dark mode when I had my Windows phone that was badass. It works so good.
Yeah, which almost made no sense back then, unless it was just for nighttime, literally for night mode.
Right.
But like the big reason all the Androids have it, and Samsung's had it for so long, is the OLED screen, right? We're shutting off all the black pixels, saving energy, which now for the first time ever, Samsungs have good battery life.
Yeah. Well, the Nokia had that too, where it was the...
No, but it wasn't an OLED screen.
It wasn't, no.
So it wouldn't save power, but yeah.
Right.
So this is something that's been around forever, and I know Apple likes to hang on to shit until they've perfected it. Sometimes Apple, let's be honest, don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so that's gonna come. That's something everyone's excited about. You know, I feel like it's gotten to a point now. I love Apple. I love the ecosystem. I'm in there. Like I love them. The issue seems to have become in the Apple world. Everybody's like almost pissed off that Apple finally comes. When they finally add the thing that Android's had forever and we've been asking for, we're almost like, thanks Apple, dark mode, 3 years late. So,
and that's exactly why, is because it takes so long. It's like, oh, that's what we've been waiting for?
But it's like,
wireless charging.
flawless.
I love that. Like what, 6 years ago?
Oh yeah, the Nokia. Windows phones had everything.
It was so. It had the wireless charging. It had the iris scanner. Everything. I would show people. They'd be like, "Wow, that's amazing."
Why do you think it had the best cameras
And
too?
and then when like they didn't know those things could exist on a phone.
No, nobody did, and nobody would have because it was on a Windows Nokia. Nobody had
Which
bought a
nobody
Nokia since the 3190 or whatever.
Yeah, everyone automatically bought iPhone. Automatically bought Galaxy S4 or whatever it was back then.
Yeah, the old Galaxies were bad. You had to swap it had to have swappable batteries. They had to. It was like a 1900 milliamp battery, which was, I don't know, the whole phone probably ran on 4 watts of power. And somehow every application, I had a Note 5, I think, or I think I had a Note 4. My Note 4 had a 3200 or 3600 milliamp hour battery, which is what you have. That's more than you have in your S9.
Yeah.
And that gives you a whole day plus.
But still.
But yeah, S8, S9, it's like a 3200 or something, or
Right,
3000.
yeah, something like that.
And they last a whole day.
Yeah.
When I had that Note, every time I pulled it out of my pocket, all my apps would open on their own.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so bad, this is a funny tech thing, the Samsungs used to have this glove mode,
Yeah.
right? So it was extra sensitive, so you could use gloves, regular gloves to do the touchscreen. What would happen is, when the screen swiped up, at the bottom there was that emergency call.
Yeah.
If your pocket was steamy, like at all,
Yeah.
like if you were at the gym or you were just walking around, I was at the gas lamp, and my phone called 911 like 11 times in my pocket.
Yeah.
And in that 11 times, I eventually got a voicemail back from 911 that said, "Hi, we're sorry, we've received so many calls from you that if something is happening to you, you'll have to call the police department."
Like directly.
Yeah, like you can't call us anymore. You've cried wolf.
That's so messed up.
You know, and the battery would be dead. Like it'd be a full charge. I'd go to work, and I was working in restaurants. I was at Rubio's, I think. And I'd go, and I'd be walking around. I'd pull my phone out 2 hours into the day and be on 20% battery, and music would start playing, and then all the apps would open up in my pocket. It was the worst.
And that, by the way, that's what I hate about this. One thing I hate about this phone is that stupid Bixby button is the most annoying thing I've ever had on the phone.
So, Note comes out.
I'm happy with not having. So I had a what's the Lumia 950? I think my last one. Yeah, that one. That's the one with the Windows phone. So then right after that, I went to this one, the S8, regular S8, not Plus or whatever, or Note, and I can live without the iris scanner. I can live without some other features that they had, like the really good dark mode, whatever. I can live with all that kind of stuff. But the Bixby button pisses me off. Because I'll pull it out of my pocket, Bixby's trying to load up.
Well, isn't it like...
I put it in my pocket.
Isn't it like directly
Bixby's
opposite
loaded
of
up.
like the lock button or whatever?
It's on, yeah, it's... Like you pull it out of your pocket and you're holding it like this. That's the Bixby button. Your thumb will hit that. You put it back in your pocket. You know, it's ridiculous.
Well, let's talk about the obvious problem with Bixby. It's worse than Siri, and Siri is horrible.
It's horrible. It's garbage.
The Note 9...
No, I mean Bixby, that's what I meant.
The
Bixby's
Note 9... Yeah,
garbage.
they're both garbage.
I don't know about
They're
Siri.
both so bad that I literally have Google Assistant on my iPhone.
Yeah, I heard it looks really good. And I actually had really good experience with the Cortana too, and I actually used it on the
Cortana's
Galaxy
great.
phone because Microsoft put it on there with the
For those of you that don't
Windows
know
launcher.
don't know what a Lumia or a Nokia or any of those things are because you're too young.
like the
they
0.2%
used to
of
be
population.
they used to be the most sold phones on the planet, and Microsoft tried to come out with Windows Phone, which would have been a seamless overall operating system, but the issue was that they ended up making Windows so bad in that generation of 8 and 8.1 or whatever the hell they call 8 point bad, and everybody hated it. So yeah, if you haven't heard of Nokia, check this out. Nokia is coming out
phone,
with.
though. Yeah,
Have you seen that? The new.
PureView something. I don't know.
Okay, let's see if we can find a picture or video of the old Nokias.
Yeah,
That was like.
I gotta hide this thing right here with the 19 cameras.
Oh, good God! And it's supposed. Have you seen the cinema camera thing that came out? That they're trying to replicate the concept of?
The 3D camera?
No, there's like a camera that looks like a giant iPhone, and this I think it's not even out yet, but they have there's like 47 cameras on the back of it. It's just like that, but the whole back, it's like the whole back of a phone, and it's thick like a brick.
That's ridiculous.
And what it's supposed to do is
I've
each
seen
and
that.
every one of them has a different focal length. and they can all focus. So you're supposed to be, I think it's not a video camera, I think it's a regular camera. You're supposed to be able to take like a 30 or 40 megapixel huge image that's razor sharp in every direction.
And
but there's no interchangeable lens, like it's not the same as a DSLR or a mirrorless camera.
Yeah.
So that Nokia that's coming out.
A pleasure for the senses.
Are you on the Nokia website?
I am, yeah.
They have it. They brought out a $35 phone that's essentially the old Nokias with a cooler screen, and it has Snake on it, which was the game that everyone played in high school.
Too. Actually, like it'd be a nice little secondary phone, one of those cheap ones.
That's perfect because it's like $5.
But I actually never even looked into this whole Android 9 Pie thing. I think
Android,
it's just like a light.
It's the new. It's just the new Android. It's the stock Android. If you actually get real Pi, it's just the totally stock Android that you would have got on a Pixel 3.
Oh no, I meant Android 1.
Oh, Android 1, yeah.
That's what I meant.
So what Android 1 is close to, it's the stock Android, like what you would have got on a Nexus or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's missing the integrated things that are only for the Pixel devices.
Yeah.
So basically, it's what you want. So instead of getting Samsung and having the Samsung One UI or whatever they made up, which is basically sounds like Android 1.
Right, yeah.
With their overlay. There's no overlay. And that was the biggest issue with all the Samsung phones back in the day. That's why they were so slow and so laggy, is they took, what was it, TouchWiz? They would literally, it was like having Windows and then putting Apple OS on top of it.
Right, yeah.
So it would do all of its functions underneath, and then still have to calculate and do all of the extra functions of whatever. And they had bad animations, and that's what just killed Samsung for me. Because I had the first LTE phone sold on the planet.
Which one was that?
The one with Sprint. It was an LG or one of the brands that used to be the biggest.
I remember you had the Note. I don't know which
that
one
Note
it was,
4. That's the Note.
4,
that's the one that I had to change the I had 2 batteries. I had to change both of them twice a day.
That one was cool because you'd always draw stuff on it.
I did draw. That's why I want the Note 9. Now I'm gonna wait for the Note 10.
6 gigabyte LPPDDR4X.
LPP.
They gotta come up with better names.
Lower power.
Dude, yeah.
We already have LP in laptops.
LPPDDR4X.
What's the second P for?
What's the 4X?
What's the?
Oh my god. Resolution 2K. Alright. Oh, so this has that in-screen fingerprint sensor too. The
ultrasonic, or is it the picture one? As cheap as that's probably going to be.
In-screen.
Yeah, it's not ultrasonic. The Samsung one's ultrasonic. It's literally sound waves.
Yeah, I don't know what
so
they
they
do
told
here
us.
though. It looks. I don't know what technology they use. And next month is the Endgame Avengers.
Yes. Oh, dude.
That's gonna be pretty epic.
Yeah, especially with the cliffhanger of the last fucking one.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Never have I ever. I've never been that depressed at the end of a movie. That was like Old Yeller or Lassie or one of the movies where the dog dies.
I knew what would happen, not specifically to who, but I knew what would happen just based off,
It's just
it got you pretty good still. Even if
yes, dude. It was insane. You play any good games lately?
Playing Insurgency, Sandstorm. That's awesome. That's a badass, super fun game. Because that's it's quick paced, quick action, but it's also very tactical. Because you have different modes. So there's, for example, you have what you would call a conquest, kinda. So you gotta capture points. So you'll start each round. Team starts on one end, team starts on the other end, and there's 3 points in the middle. Small, relatively small map, infantry size. And then one team already has one captured, one team already has the other one captured. One's neutral. So you gotta go capture those points. The only way, if you die, the only way to respawn is if a team member captures a point. So then you respawn. So it makes it very intense. But yeah, super fun. Like the sound design is fantastic. The gun sounds, atmosphere sounds, people running and explosions. Because I use a headset that has the simulated 7.1.
Oh yeah.
Sounds amazing. But yeah, super fun game. Love that. And then I started, I'm only 10 hours in, Dragon's Dogma. It's like a RPG, third-person RPG. It's kind of older, but I don't know, blast with it. It brings me back to Witcher when I was playing Witcher
Oh yeah,
It brings me back to that.
3.
So
I
why
was
I like
playing not Somerset, but whatever it starts out at, Morrowind or whatever. Not Morrowind, that's the second one. There's like 3. What is it? The ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
So I was playing that, and so this is what happened. I went into the game and I played it for like 10 hours. And I'm crushing it, and I'm leveling up. I'm level 10. Now I can join guilds and build armor and get a horse and all this stuff. And I go into this level that's too hard, and now I can't beat it. So what happened after that is I'm now stuck in this game. I cannot beat this part. And I'm like, well, obviously I'll just go to the forum and I'll post on the forum, hey, somebody invite me to your guild. And then I can be in a guild, and then essentially I can find friends who play the same game or just random people. And hey, can you come help me beat this level? And essentially it's like a giant spinning robot that shoots lasers or something crazy. Like there's no way to beat it. It's way too overpowered. This is the stupidest thing ever. You have to get an invite code to be able to log into the forum on the Elder Scrolls. So you pay $30, you buy a game, well $10 on Steam and on sale. You buy the game, you pay for it, and then when you want to go to the forum and create an account, you have to have an invite code that somebody else who plays the game has to give you. And then I wanted to join a guild so I could meet somebody to play with me. You know, it's not like Borderlands and these other things where it shows you, this quest is whatever, and this character is level 30 and you're 12. Like,
right.
The character is just the character. So I knew that the quest itself or whatever was, a lower level that I was ready for. And you have to be invited into a guild with a code. So I know not only can I not get into the forum to make a post, hi, somebody send me an invite code. I can't even do that. I can't even get into the forum to post anything, to post to the guild pages to get somebody to let me, so I stopped playing the game.
That's so stupid.
So I played like 10 hours, stopped playing the game pretty much altogether.
So ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think I probably spent a good maybe 8-9 hours on that game and I was over it. I was like,
It was perfect for what it was for the 10 hours I played. I mean, I got paid $9.99 for it with DLC. So I mean, 10 hours,
right.
it's $1 an hour.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than going to see a movie. But yeah, other than that, I haven't been able to play games. I've been trying to learn how to do all of these.
I've been liking a lot of old, little indie games I get randomly, like on Steam sale and stuff.
I've been seeing that.
Those are awesome.
There's always something you bought in my
stupid little
purchased by your friends.
$3 on sale, little hidden object games. I was like, load it up on my laptop. Play that sometimes here and there.
Yeah, I went through a whole
Amazing.
list. I went through a whole list of 100 games that are on Steam that can be played on super low-end PCs, which obviously the Intel integrated graphics on the MacBook Pro, and anything Mac OS does not run games very well.
Yeah.
And I had one of them, and it was, remember we were playing Lord of the Rings: War in the North?
Yes.
Remember, we had no game to play.
Yeah.
Well, I reset the game and restarted. I was like, I'll play it again because we got a certain level.
Yeah. Why did we stop playing?
It's like 10 years old and had bad graphics.
It was pretty cool though, because I remember we were in a dungeon or something, some cave kind of place, and we were using the mics. Yeah. It would echo your voice like you were in the cave.
It's a cool game, so I wanted to play it, right? So I run Windows on here. And then I have a hard drive, an external hard drive that I load the games on. Because I don't have a lot of space in my partition for that. Anyway, long story short, it won't play on that computer.
Oh.
It freezes in the load screen and just I can never get the controller to work with it. That's what it was. The controller doesn't work with it.
Fun.
So I was like, cool, the only game I already own and don't have to buy, and it won't play. And that's in Windows too. I shouldn't have to worry about optimization.
Right.
Girlfriend. Hi, babe. Hi. You're on Tech Talk.
I don't know any technical things.
That's okay. All right, well then let's wrap it up. Plug your book and your social media if anybody wants to follow you.
Yeah, so buy my book.
Buy my books.
Buy my books. So I would really appreciate it. It'd be awesome. So I wrote this fantasy novel that's a series. Essentially, it's a series. Got planned for 4 books. First one's out right now. Working on the second one. If you like Lord of the Rings, like the fantasy worlds of Lord of the Rings and the types of creatures and stuff, if you like the gritty, like brutal adult nature of Game of Thrones, you like the kind of questy feel of things from like The Witcher. It's a good like mix of all that kind of stuff. A lot of those things are influences. Silmarillion was a very difficult book to read, but very worth it.
He's literate.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so you can get it on Amazon. There's a Kindle edition. It's only like $2.99. You can get that. I have paperback editions that I ship out myself. You can get them on my website. It's just authorserdar.com. So you can hop on there. There's links to both editions on there.
I'll link all that stuff below in the comments.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. And read it. Leave a review on Amazon. Give me some feedback. I'm always looking for that. But yeah, it'd be awesome.
All right, that wraps up the first edition of Tech Talk.
Cool, man.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week, hopefully. Peace out.